Hey everybody, welcome back to the off-grid cabin in the woods. Today, let's get this building dried in. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Let's get to it. So here we are up on the second floor. What I need to do is put something at the top up here on the outside, even with the distance of the outside face of this 2x6. So I'm going to rip some scrap material, whatever I have, 2x4s, 2x6, it doesn't matter. As long as I have that distance on the outside here to be able to carry the sheeting up to the top and butt up to the bottom of the rafters. Let's take some measurements and get at it. I got some strips out on the back side of that wall at the top to be able to space it out the correct amount. Now that wall's ready. This wall is a full wall, so it's ready. I built this one a full wall because it's going to be the permanent wall, and I want to put windows in the walls, and I built this one first, and I went up this high, and I thought to myself, what a stupid spot for that double top plate. If you look from this angle right here, it's right at my eye level. So if I want to put a window in that wall now, it won't be at eye level for me to look straight out. So that sucks. But I got a top plate on there now. I just screwed it up there, or actually I tacked it up there with the pass load. And now I'll show you how I made the studs like I did on that wall, and got the angle on the top. So the first thing I did on this wall was put the plates on the top and the bottom on the back wall, but now I've done that for this wall as well now. And then I measured the distance roughly of what I'm going to be. So I need a couple at 44, one at 40, and one at 34. When you get to my age, you gotta write it down. Not that I'm that old, but knowing me, I'll forget. So the next thing I did was, sorry for moving you while I'm talking. I took a piece, I put it up. When I did the other side, I put a level on it. Here I won't. I'm just showing you what I did. I put it up like this, and then I took my pencil, which I set down over there, and I scribed the back side of it. That gave me the angle. And once I had the angle, I took my saw and I adjusted the fence. And I had to do this 3 or 4 times until I got it just right. So I cut it, I'd adjust the fence to what I thought was close by holding it up to the wood and eyeballing it from an edge. And then I'd run a cut along it. And then I'd look at it and see if it was close. And I come to find out that 20.5 degrees was the angle that I needed. So I just left my fence set at that, and then every piece, I had a square cut on the bottom and a pre-cut distance on the top, angle on the top. I held it up on the top, and then I scribed it across the bottom. Sorry, no, I set it on the bottom, I held it up and I leveled it, and I scribed it again across the top, and I cut it on the angle. Cut the angle off. Then my piece was exactly the dimension I needed. I tacked it on. So the next problem I ran into was how to measure 16 inches away from my last stud. You can't measure down the stud, or down the top plate, because this would be more than 16 inches. So what I did was I took my framing square. This distance here is 16 inches. I put it up against the stud square, and then I scratched the top plate. And that gave me a mark where the outside edge of the next stud was going to go. Then I took my next piece, I put the stud on the line, and then I held it with this edge up against the 16-inch mark and scribed the back of it, and that was where I needed to make my cut for the exact length of what that is. So once you got that complete, it's just a matter of rinse and repeat and finish the wall. All the framing is done. Well, the bulk of the framing. Still got to frame the windows. So just get a measurement here. I already know the other end is 0. I had mentioned in one of my previous videos about safety, and I'll have to admit everything that I do is not the most safe it could be, but I practice just enough safety so that I feel comfortable and confident, and in my opinion that's one of the biggest things in regards to safety. If you feel confident, comfortable, and it's not something that's on the back of your mind, besides what you're doing, distracting you from what you are doing, that puts you in an unsafe, safe situation. In my opinion, thinking about what it is that could go wrong. So if you can mitigate that, in my opinion, or reduce it to an amount where it's not something that's conscious in your mind, I would say that you're in a pretty good shape to be successful. I mean, after all, time and unforeseen occurrence befall us all. So I'm not religious, but that's a scripture in the Bible that I learned when I was younger. And nobody wants to get hurt, but we all have to get things done. So what I'll do in this instance to mitigate safety is I'll tie the bottom of this ladder to my piers, and I'll keep moving that tie rope location everywhere I do everywhere I go up. Then that way I don't have to think about the bottom of the ladder. I can just watch up as I'm going up the ladder and make sure that the ladder isn't moving either way on me. One of the biggest things for me as a person is the fact that this whole process is going to be video documented for my son. You know, kind of going back on the topic of safety a little bit, in a way. I'm not going to be around forever. Nobody likes to talk about that part of our lives, but at least I'm leaving something so that when he's older and he looks at everything in life differently, he'll be able to look back on this and rewatch it and smile at our times that we had together, building together. He's not here. He couldn't come this weekend, but that's an important part of this process. Yes, there's the whole monetary aspect to YouTube, but that's not my primary drive. And I mean, quite honestly, that comes through in my videos. They're not Paramount Pictures production quality, if you know what I mean. But I do my best in the time that I have. I'm a busy guy. I work a full-time job and do this on the weekends. Look at all these butterflies flying around. Anyway, I'm tangent. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that. Looks like I got to shore up the left side of this ladder on the leg. It's not level, and as soon as I stepped on it, it leaned to the left. So another thing that you can look at, another thing when you're setting up a ladder, extension ladder, stand it with your toes touching the base of the ladder and put your arms out. Your arms should be in a comfortable position straight out from your body, and that's almost perfect for the pitch of a ladder. And it works for everybody because depending on how tall you are, your hands may be on a different step. So I gotta find a thin rock to put underneath the one side of this ladder here. All right, there we go. You know what I was thinking about those butterflies? I wonder if this time of year is when the monarchs hatch. I wonder if those are all baby monarchs. There's got to be at least 10 that I seen today. How did I miss that? Well guys, I just realized I messed up. I should have hung the plywood off the roof out over the face of this, my sheeting. Now the rain can come right down on the top of it. Huh. That was a dumb move. That was a dumb move. Oh well. I guess I'll have to get a piece of capping. Yeah, I'll have to get a piece of capping that goes over the top and down, and then maybe silicone it on the top side because it'll be above the roofing material. Well, my dad used to say hindsight's always 20/20. He wasn't wrong. Thank God this isn't plywood. I'd never be able to do it by myself. Oh, that's backwards. How am I going to turn that around? I should raise my ladder. I'll be a good boy. You should never work with your shoulders above the height at the top of an extension ladder. Puts your feet too close to the building and puts you in a position where you could fall backwards. Huh. Here we go. Here I go telling you guys what to do, and now I got my shoulders above the height of the top of the ladder. I got a little piece for up there, but I'll never get it in. It's too high. My ladder doesn't go any higher. Tie my rope over and over again so I don't fall on my head and break my neck and never see my family again. I'm sure you guys would remember this cloth. Oh, I wasn't going to put a nail that high. This cloth tool apron that I have on. I'm pretty sure that the building stores used to give these away for free. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if I'm right. I swear I remember my dad building an apartment in our house for his mom, my grandma, and every time he went and got material, they gave him an apron. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. So in the comments, let me know. Am I right or wrong? Is that something that used to happen? Free tool aprons? Or nail aprons? Time to get a hat. Look, there's another butterfly. I don't hope you guys can see it in the camera. It looked like a monarch. I bet you it's a baby monarch. I bet you the monarchs are hatching. Deep Thoughts by Handyman Jeff. putting this up underneath there, I feel like I'm putting up one of those tents, like those crazy rock climber guys use. That looks just fine there. Okay. So I think what I'll do is I'll go get my tuck tape, and I might as well tuck tape and cut as I go along. Finish this. I think I'm just going to put this one piece on today. We'll put the rest on tomorrow, and well, you guys get the idea. I gotta do that 3 more times. So if you want, you can back up the video and play it again 3 times, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Anyway. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your presence and being part of the channel. I can't wait till we get to 500 subscribers so that I can start using the community part of the page, and maybe start interacting with you guys. And you know, that's the one thing I think YouTube lacks. We're all part of the off-grid community in some way, shape, or form, I imagine. If not, you know, even just being interested in building. But whether it's off-grid or whether it's not, it doesn't matter, because all of this is about community. And one of the biggest parts of community, and that I feel as society is lacking huge today, is communication. And that's the one thing about YouTube. You can comment on my video, and then I can comment, but what fun is that? I think it'll be better when we can have a community page where we can all post and interact with each other, and it's all in one place. So I'm going to try to utilize that once it becomes available. I can't turn that on according to what I've been reading until 500 subscribers. So we're at 325 right now. That's awesome. Let's get to 500, and then let's all meet and share our ideas and continue to grow together. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.